The distancer anger style is the individual who lives completely in their head. They are completely disconnected from their feelings. They're completely disconnected from their bodies. They do whatever they can to rationalize those feelings away by thinking. And in terms of managing anger, one has to find a way of balancing thinking and feeling. So these are individuals who, if you tell them that they have a problem with anger, they'll deny it. They will go back to saying, or they'll say to you, I don't have a problem with anger, I'm absolutely fine, you have a problem with anger, you sort it out. So they are incredibly rational. They tend to intellectualize their feelings away. They tend to talk their feelings away. And they are not the kind of individuals you'll often see participating in an anger management program, because they themselves do not believe or recognize they have any anger issues. So the idea is that if you yourself recognize that you're a distancer, it's going to be much, much healthier sooner than later to actually do something about it. The consequences of being a distancer is that people end up becoming absolutely frustrated, exasperated by the distancer's intellectualizing and disconnecting from feeling. The distance's ability to rationalize every single situation they find themselves in, which, as you can imagine, means that they tend to be fairly argumentative and they tend to want to always be right. But for others, it can be incredibly, incredibly frustrating, to the point that they just want to tear their hair out because they feel so misunderstood. And dealing with a distancer who is disconnected from feeling, it makes it really difficult to have a healthy, intimate relationship. How can a distancer, in terms of that particular anger style, be treated? It's a difficult question to answer, and the reason I say that is because as long as they are in denial, it's very, very difficult for them to seek professional help or to do any form of therapeutic process for that matter. As I've said, because they are so mind identified, because they live so in their head and they're disconnected from their bodies and their feelings, they cannot even imagine how their behavior, all of their behavior, starts to influence and impact people around them. So usually it has to be so critical for the people around them, whereby the people around them isolate themselves or distance themselves from a distancer. The goal of the distancer, just by the way, is that they get other people to run after them. And the other person or the family member or the boss or whoever it might be begs them to come back. And so the goal of the distancer is to get other people to apologize, recognize the wrong of their ways, and beg whoever the distancer might be to come back into the fold. If you recognize that you are a distancer and that becomes your anger style, I cannot invite, encourage, or even suggest enough that do your utmost to get yourself onto one of our programs, or possibly even see a local therapist to start looking at how you are so disconnected from your feelings. I would want to encourage you to book onto a program immediately, because the people around you are seriously suffering because you are so disconnected from your feelings. You might be sitting there trying to rationalize what it is that I'm saying, or trying to outwit me because of what I'm trying to say, but the reality is that the people around you are suffering. And until you actually do something about this mental or this cognitive feeling disconnect, the situation that you're in will probably remain the same. Our website is www.angermanage.co.uk. Our other website is www.beatinganger.com. Please get in touch sooner than later, and you can contact me personally, Mike Fisher, and maybe we can talk some of these issues through.
World forming, picturesque in its stance, midnight calling, moonlight shadows start to dance for the dark finds ways of being engraved in the light, and the heart bears indentations of yesterday's hurt and child. Then now we will run with smiles